welcome from Freddie and myself. Let's slow stitch. Today I'm going to slow stitch a little picture, a story. I'm going to make it into a postcard as well. So come on with me and we're going to use scripts and scraps of fabric. So come join me and I'll show you my process. Using your slow stitch to make a story, or using your slow stitch to journal. These are from Julia, and then I've got my little WYSIWYG, who's always full of lovely scraps. I'm sorting through and I'm finding reds and greens for my little collage. Reds. Ooh, that's blue. Isn't that gorgeous? Lovely old Laura Ashley fabric. Just like little Holly Hobby over here. I'm going to empty out WYSIWYG. She hasn't had a sort out for a long time actually. Let's pop everything in here and we'll just see what we've got. Red from Harmony, and I've got, look, can you see underneath? This is gorgeous patchwork from Harmony's mum. That's very Holly Hobby as well, isn't it? Stitch onto a backing. Here's some wadding that my auntie Jennifer has patched work together. Now postcard is 4 by 6, but you can do yours any size. I'm going to cut that, and then I've got something to sew to. Collect my needle. I've got my piles of fabric, so that's lovely. You see things when you have it's nice to get things out sometimes, isn't it? Oh, there's actually some ladybirds on this fabric. My story today is about ladybirds. I'm going to make a background. The matchstick here, it says go gently. Oh, and flourish. I like that. I'm going to see if I've got a blue for a background. These are my painty fabrics and dyed fabric. So that'll be nice. Something sort of blue for a sky maybe. Oh, look at this one. Isn't this lovely? I think, I'll message her. I think this is from Maria. Yes, I'm going to use that. So I'm going to cut myself out this background. I pinned the lovely blue and gold, and then I've pinned some tealy silk, and that's going to be my background. This collage is going to be a garden. So yeah, I'm just in and out. Now you do, this is slow stitching, so you do whatever stitch you find easy, or whichever stitch comes easy to you. This is just in and out. I'm going to go round here before I start making my collage. No right or wrong, just put the needle in and out. Big stitches, small stitches. Just something to help us relax. There we are. It's a little demo of my stitches, and these are the stitches I'm going to use on all of the project.
This is like 8 damage. It goes down to 18. Then I get rid of that 8. Well, no,
What needle do I use? I use a chenille needle. They've got a big eye and a sharp point, so they're ideal for going through the layers. I'm going to pop my leaves on here. I'm doing raw edge because this isn't going to go in the wash or anything like that, so cut those out and sew those on with my simple little stitch. There we are, there's my leaves. Get some thread. With the leaves, can you see I've done, let me show you. I've gone up down the spine and then across here like this. Nothing, yeah, just any stitch goes. Like the spines on the leaf, I think. Yeah. So just like that. And I've gone over the edge, but do you know there is no right or wrong way, so that's the beauty of slow stitch. It's the next day here. Morning time. I've got my cozy cardigan and I'm just having my first cup of tea here. You can hear there's no noise in the background. Just a little bit of a peaceful time to do some slow stitching. There we are, you get the idea. Let's just leave that needle in there so I can finish that in a minute. Let me start the story of this little postcard. Hold on, first of all, I'm doing lots of, can you see, lots of French knots. Now, if you don't know how to do a French knot or don't want to, don't you worry. Hold that with your thumb there, down. So those little stitches, oh look, that's it. There you go, my needle's come on thread. That you've, oh look, see, there we are. Just so you know that's it. I've been doing French knots for a long time, since I was, I don't know, a teenager. But yeah, there we are, just so you know. The struggle is real. Let's see, this is quite a nice big eye on this needle there. There we are. And then you just go over. This is my version. Should we call it a French knot or a bullion knot? No, let's not do that. Let's just say it's a bobbly raised up stitch. Do that how you want to do it. Let me just show you one more time how I'm doing mine. So I'm coming up here and then making a stitch and then round the needle here I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, maybe, yeah. And then push your thumb against these and you can see that I make a mess of it last time. Pull that through. Oh, that's a bit tricky. Pull that through, keeping those stitches down, and then stitch over. Make these little lumpy bumpies how you want to make them. And now let me start the story. Once upon a time, Freddie's friend Molly, her mummy Katie, went outside to water her rose. Her rose was called Judy Dench. Isn't it a beautiful rose? Dame Judy Dench, should I say. So she went outside. Yeah, so, but then she noticed on the leaves of her beautiful Dame Judy Dench rose that there were aphids or little black fly. I can't remember which she said now. So she sent off in the post. She sent off in the post for some ladybirds, so the ladybirds would be able to eat the little black fly. Sorry, I can't speak and make a tiny little envelope at the same time. So when they arrived, yes, there were lots of, in the post, there were lots of little ladybirds. And so they popped them gently onto the leaf, and yes, they started to munch away at the little black fly, a lovely natural way to take the black fly off their precious rose. The rose, they said the rose flowers from now through until October. Such a hard worker. So yes. And then they went inside because it was evening time for them after work. And then it started to rain and they were thinking, oh, are that little ladybird going to be okay? And we were at the cafe and I said, oh, did you think of taking them out on like a little umbrella? So I said to her, Katie is a watercolour illustrator. I said to her, oh, that would make such a fantastic children's book. Would you think of doing some illustrations and writing that story down? I said, oh, it's such a lovely story. Did you see how I folded the envelope there? And I'm just sewing it on. Using your slow stitch to make a story, or using your slow stitch to journal. Events that have happened to you or others. Yeah. It's a great way to do a bit of slow stitching. Delicious. I want some little ladybirds coming out of this envelope here. So I'm just going to, a bit representative really, just a little tiniest scrap of fabric, and I'm going to get the dark thread and put one stitch up here and one stitch just across like that at the top, one stitch over, and that can, like that, and that can represent the ladybirds coming out. I'll do some more of those. Lots of little ladybirds on there now. I'd like to make a large one. Put that needle in there, just so it saves. Using paper as a substrate, it's a really good idea. I get just the thin, like, free TV magazine. I'm just going to just draw like any, doesn't have to be that correct. Let's get some scissors. Yeah, I forgot to say, if you haven't got like wadding, use an old scarf or a blanket, and sewing on paper is great as well. Just a rough representation of a ladybird, and I'm going to fill that with red. Slow stitch some little bits on. Oh, there's some velvet there. Let's do that. Ooh, I notice in my little scripts and scraps, I have some of the red velvet yarn as well. So, oh, that's lovely. Pop that there. No, it's not Christmas. No. It's not any time. Oh, the sun's coming out. Lovely. So I'm just snipping a little variety here of reds. Velvet's lovely because it's lovely to feel. Oh, that's lovely. Adds a nice bit of texture. Placing these red bits all over. Red on that shape. I've got a little bag of goodies here from Harmony, and I notice inside I've got some lovely shiny silver thread. Maybe this is the raindrops reflecting on the ladybird shell. There, let's find the end. Oh, that's not going to be easy. Oh, there we are. Thanks, Harmony. There we are. It's small enough that I can hold these bits in my thumb. Oh, where's that red? Oh, that red yarn to go down the middle. Lovely. No right or wrong here. Holding it in my thumb, and I'm literally just going to put loads of these shiny stitches in here to hold down all these lovely scripts and scraps of fabric. Let's look through. Oh, I have got black. If I use black for the dots, that's quite manipulative if I use the thin fabric. You use what you have. Let's just snip a bit like that, not in a round, but let's see if we can manipulate it into being a little spot on our ladybird, our ladybug. There we are. I think once we put the little spot on her, she becomes more recognisable, doesn't she? The thread's still in there. There we are. And I'm going to gently sit here and pop some more dots on. So everyone was happy. The ladybirds were happy because they were getting something to eat. Katie, I call her Katie Molly. Katie was happy because her roses were saved. And Molly, well, Molly's always happy. This little netting trim that was kindly sent to me. I'm going to pop this around, draping around the page. Maybe a bit there, just bringing it all together. Postcard to the card. You can sew yours on the sewing machine if you want to. But I'm going to keep this one all slow stitched today. There we are. Push that on, lovely. All I need to do is write the address, a little message and the address here, and then I can send this off through the post. I'll pop it in a little plastic sleeve to protect it because it's quite bumpy, isn't it? Safe journey, little postcard. Right, come on then. Freddie sat down. There he is. Freddie sat down there, and let me just do that. We're just having this bit of time together. Got some banana cake and a nice coffee. It's coffee time. It's a Levins's. I've already eaten half of it. Very nice. Got some rhubarb as well that Ben brought back. Somebody that he works with has an allotment. So yes. I had some Happy Mail. Look at this lovely card from Eileen. Thank you so much, Eileen. So beautiful, little fairies. Isn't that lovely? Thank you. I'm going to pop them there. They're so inspiring. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you for joining us. It's just slow stitching, so relaxing, isn't it? Shall we light a candle? Yes, let's do that. Just a little bit of time just to take an extra breath. Slow ourselves down. Take care, everyone. Bye. Nice. On your whiskers. Is it too hot to sit in the chair? I can open the door actually, can't I? Should I do that? That's it. He has bought us some Percy pigs from Germany. So we're going to have a little taste test. We can't look, they look very similar to Percy pigs. These are the party ones. Don't they look similar?
It's great.
Yeah, they're not Percy. They're Fred Freakle. Does Freakle mean pig? In German, I'm not sure. Oh, that's Fred Freakle. Yeah, look it up. Vegan. And they look very similar. We should have got some from Mark, shouldn't we?
F-E-R.
F-E-R-K-E-L. It's Piglet. Fred Piglet. Oh, the original. The 4 Marks and Spencer's did them. We're going to open them. Yeah, they really do look like Percy pigs. Okay, what's...
They're not Percy pigs.
You can taste the difference. They look the same.
So similar.
Yeah, don't taste the
very
same.
similar too.
Tastes very similar. Well, there you go. The original Percy pig.
Very similar.